Detective Gary Pemberton had solved murders, robberies, and even a complicated insurance fraud case. But he'd never been called to investigate a missing Bigfoot hunter before. When he arrived at the Whispering Pines campground, he found chaos. 17 amateur cryptozoologists were running around the forest in ghillie suits, night vision goggles dangling from their necks, arguing loudly about who was responsible for the disappearance of their leader, Brian the Beast Tracker Henderson. "He went out last night to set up motion cameras," explained Marcia. "A woman in her 60s wearing a shirt that read Sasquatch is my co-pilot. He never came back. But we found his cameras. And detective, you need to see the footage." Gary watched the video with growing confusion. It showed Brian setting up the camera, then suddenly looking up in terror. A large, dark shape moved toward him from the trees. Brian screamed something that sounded like it's real. "It's finally real," and ran directly into a tree, knocking himself unconscious. The dark shape moved closer, and Gary could now clearly see it was another person in a Bigfoot costume. The costumed figure dragged Brian away. "That's not a real Bigfoot," Gary said flatly. 17 angry cryptozoologists began arguing with him simultaneously. Gary held up his hand for silence. "Who here owns a Bigfoot costume?" 12 people raised their hands. "Of course you do," Gary muttered. After 3 hours of investigation, Gary discovered that Brian's ex had learned Brian was planning to fake a Bigfoot sighting to boost his failing YouTube channel. She'd shown up in her own Bigfoot costume to confront him. When Brian knocked himself out, running into the tree, she'd panicked, dragged him to her RV, and was currently keeping him hostage while she lectured him about scientific integrity and YouTube ethics. Gary found them both in the RV, Brian tied to a chair with climbing rope. Sandra midrant about the importance of honest cryptozoology research. "Can I press charges?" Brian asked hopefully. "Against her or the tree?" Gary replied. "Because, honestly, the tree has a better case."